Hi, I'm Alexander, and this is going to be about buying aged domains. So buying aged domains, there's obviously the free method for determining how much you should pay for the domain, and there's a smarter method for using a tool called Market Samurai, which can be had for about $150. That is well worth it and will save you a ton of research time. But here in this first video, I'm going to show you 3 different sources for domains and the free method for how to tell about how much the domain is worth and whether it's legitimate. So I'm here at the Digital Point forums, as you can see, and I'm going to scroll down. They've got a special section for this, and you can see this top section: search engines, marketing, and business is where I want to be. Buy, seller, trade, domains. So I'm going to click on that, and now you can see PR3 cheap 3-year-old domain, PR2. So I would probably look at a lot of these, but I found one earlier that's a good example. I'm going to open, actually I'm just going to click on this, and for a domain list, click here, and that opens in a new tab. Now I'm going to grab this inophonelab.com, copy that, and I'm going to go over here to Yahoo Site Explorer. You can see that right here, siteexplorer.search.yahoo.com. You can just do a Google or Yahoo search for Yahoo Site Explorer and it'll find it. Then I'm going to type in the domain or paste it in with the www, and then I'm going to click Explore URL. Again, this is free, and I can see that the Yahoo bot sees 6 pages in its index and 30 in-links. This is what we're really interested in, this in-links button. That tells us what links Yahoo sees as pointing to this domain name we're looking at purchasing. And when you're purchasing a domain, what you're really purchasing are the links that point to this domain in these cases, because there's usually not any content on them. These are expired or expiring domains, so you want to make sure that they're going to have their page rank still, and the way you'll know that is because they have an existing link structure. So you can see this has got 29 links because I clicked except from this domain, because I don't want to look at any internal links. I only want to look at external domains that point to this domain in question. So now what you'll do is open these links in a new tab, and then I'm using the Firefox browser, you would look at your PageRank toolbar, and there are a number of different Firefox extensions or plugins that will tell you the PageRank. So you just need to go look at the PageRank of all of these, and you can see that 29 links, that's going to be pretty time consuming. Some of the domains I look at have 100 or even 1,000 links, so obviously way too time consuming. And also when you open this link in a new tab, and I'll show you what one of those links looks like, you got to make sure that the link to InnoPhoneLab is actually on this page. So you got to search this page and make sure it's still there, and we can clearly see that it is down here, InnoPhone Power to the Edge. And if you mouse over this, you can't see it down at the bottom of my browser, but it's showing that InnoPhone.com, and if we clicked on it, it takes us to the InnoPhone domain. So clearly that is a good link, but you just want to check that the link is still existing, and check on your PageRank toolbar for what PageRank this page is, and that'll tell you if it's a strong power link and if the PR that they claim that this is a PR for is likely to hold up. Now the next thing you'll want to do in the free method is go to Google, do site : and then paste in the domain name, and you can see that it's got 3 pages in the Google index, and you can look at a cached version to see what Google has this page showing as. It looks like a parked page to Google. So that gives you a good idea that this domain is probably pretty solid. Probably is still a PR4 because it's got some good external links pointing to it, and it's still indexed in Google, which is what you want to make sure of so that you're not getting scammed on something. And for $33 for a PR4 is an excellent deal. Usually a PR3 that's legitimate will go for about 30 bucks, and for these that are expired or expiring. Now if it's got content, original content, and it's still live and other stuff like that, and obviously it'll go for more. But these type of domains we're looking at that are cheap, that you're going to have to put up your own domain or your own content and basically resurrect the domain. PR3s usually go for about 30 bucks, PR4s anywhere from $40 to $75, PR5s obviously $75 and up, usually to about 150 or 200, and then PR6s are anywhere from 150 to about $300 for these types of expired or expiring domains. That's what you can expect to pay. And again, the real thing is the PR toolbar does not update enough to where you can trust that these are PR4 domains. You have to check their links. That's the most important thing. And the free way is using Yahoo Site Explorer, and then also checking Google to make sure they're still around. And you'll also want to look at archive.org. As you can see, archive.org, and go to Take Me Back after you've typed in or pasted in the domain, and see what's listed here. You can see all of the pages that it had in archive, and we could click on one of these and it would show us what the site was look like. You just want to make sure it's not a bad neighborhood type of site, porn or gambling or any of those type of things. And it looks like a travel site was here, or the site is under construction. So you can check archive.org just to make sure it wasn't a bad type of site that you wouldn't want or that Google had likely penalized. So check archive to see what the site was about. And I'm also going to show you a couple other sources here to find domains. I am over here at snapnames.com, which is another source for expired and expiring domains. And I'm going to type in weight loss, and we don't have a space in here, it doesn't like that, and I'm going to hit search because I've got .com, .net, and .org highlighted. And that was actually on the advanced search page there. You can see that it's loading the results, and it brings back a number of results. If we scroll down, we just want to glaze over these because they're the main domain, and they're probably obviously not available. But you get down here, OptimumWeightLoss.com, it is going to be expiring on January 8th. So that means you can back order this domain or potentially contact the current owner by looking up the registrar information at Whois Tools. Just do a Google search for Whois Domain Tools and put this domain in there to see who currently owns it, and see if you can get an email and contact them, or a phone number. This is another great place to find domains, and like I said, you can even put these on back order for $79 or $59, and it'll show you when they're expiring, and you can get them that way. A third source is Namejet, and it's just namejet.com, and you do the same type of thing. You go into the search box and type in your preferred keyword of the market you're in. You'll click the search button, and it'll bring back a list of the domains. And then of course any domains that you're looking at here, you want to make sure they have some rank and authority. You want to make sure they're indexed in Google, they still have pages in the index, and you want to make sure they have links, so you go to Yahoo Site Explorer. Now the next video, like I said before, I'm going to show you how to use Market Samurai to really shortcut this process and be able to evaluate a ton of domains in about 5% of the time you could using this free method. And the more time you save, obviously, you know, the more money you make. So that's going to wrap it up for the free method, and you can go over to video 2 to see Market Samurai in action. I'll see you over there.